Birds and People, the Indian Reading Series. We'll be reading this story today as part of our 3rd grade Since Time Immemorial Social Studies unit. This is a crow story written and illustrated by Henry Railbird. This story was told to the author by his grandfather. My children, come here. On this ground there are many kinds of birds. They are many colors. Some are small and some are large. Birds have homes or nests in many places. Some nests are on trees, some are in trees. Some nests are on the ground, some are in the ground. Still other birds have their nests on top of rocks where it is difficult for enemies to reach. Eagles and hawks can fly way up high. They look for mice, rabbits, weasels, and other small animals to eat. Birds of this type eat things that are alive. Robins and meadowlarks can turn fast and fly close to the ground. They look for seeds, worms, and bugs to eat. Ducks and geese can fly high and for a long ways. These birds are usually near water. They go underwater to eat grasses and roots. They also eat fruits and seeds. Crows, magpies, and jays can fly high or low. They eat meat, seeds, or roots. They are thieves and steal dry meat and dry salmon. Where each bird sits in a tree is different. The hawk sits at the top of the tree. When it wants to fly, it jumps up, then it flies away during the day. It can act like a kite and have no weight. Where each bird sits in the tree is different. The owl sits at the side of the tree. When it wants to fly, it jumps off. Then it flies away at the end of the day. Its stomach must feel like it's coming out of its mouth. The sage hen has a large and long body. When it flies, first it flutters and wobbles for a while. Then it quits and glides for a while. Then it flutters and wobbles again. The hawk doesn't tell the owl it's going to break its neck because of its takeoff. The owl doesn't tell the hawk it might break its neck because it glides way up high. The sage hen doesn't tell the chickadee not to twist and turn because it's too close to the ground. The chickadee doesn't tell the sage hen not to wobble when it flies. These birds fly the way they know how. They whistle the way they know how. They eat what they know and can get. Each bird has its own way of doing things. Each bird has its own color of feathers. These birds are almost like Indians. There are many kinds of Indian tribes. They are not all the same. They do things differently. All birds fly differently, but they all fly. All Indian tribes live differently, but they all live. The Lummi, Skokomish, Muckleshoot, and other Indian tribes live near the water or ocean. They use boats and travel on water. They eat a lot of fish, clams, oysters, crabs, and lobsters. The Lummi speak their own language. The Skokomish speak their own language. The Muckleshoot speak their own language. All the others speak their own language. These are the coast Indians. Lummi, Swinomish, Tulalip, Jamestown Clallam, Lower Elwha, Makah, Ozette, Quileute, Ho, Quinault, Skokomish, Muckleshoot, Puyallup, Nisqually, Shoalwater, Chehalis. The Umatilla, Nez Perce, Warm Springs, Yakima, and other Indian tribes live between the coast and plains. They eat a lot of fish and deer. The Warm Springs speak their own language. The Nez Perce speak their own language. The Yakimas speak their own language. All the others speak their own language. These are the Plateau Indians. Colville, Coeur d'Alene, Flathead, Yakima, Umatilla, Nez Perce. Warm Springs, Wasco, Paiute, Burns Paiute. Far away from the ocean and large rivers are the Plains Indians. These are the Blackfeet, Sioux, Crow, Cheyenne, and other Indian tribes. These Indians eat a lot of buffalo, deer, and antelope. They don't eat a lot of fish. The Blackfeet speak their own language. The Sioux speak their own language. The Crow speak their own language. The Cheyenne speak their own language. All the others speak their own language. These are the Plains Indians. Blackfeet, Chippewa, Grosvenor, Cree, Assiniboine, Sioux. Crow, Northern Cheyenne. All birds do not sound or look alike. All Indians do not sound or look alike. Most eagles sound and look about the same. Most Crow Indians sound and look about the same. That is how it is. All people look about the same. Although some make a different sound, they do things the way they know how.